Crypto universe coming back with a vengeance this month. Check out some of the biggest coins in the space surging. Ripple up 50%, Ethereum and Bitcoin Cash up more than 40%, and Litecoin and Bitcoin are up around 20%. This as the total crypto market cap hits a 4-week high, now back above $350 billion. And our own crypto baller BK here says Bitcoin is now testing a key technical level. He's over at the Plasma with a special.
So guys, if you haven't noticed, I mentioned this in a previous video, but for these videos, for whatever reason, it got flagged, and some of my videos are not on anymore. So I'm going to continue to play this video, but I unfortunately now have to do this where every 25 seconds I'll stop it, talk to you guys, because for whatever reason my older videos got flagged. Anyways, let's let the video continue.
Crypto class. Hi, Beeks.
Hey, how are you? Yeah, so we're having a big week here. Obviously, a lot of nice bounce off the bottom. So let's see what's driving it here and then what we should look for over the next couple weeks. Number one, tax selling. That's over. If you haven't paid your taxes by now, you're in trouble. Number two, number of transactions increasing. I was here last week. You asked me, what is the single thing that we need to see to have this rally continue? We need to see transactions on the Bitcoin network increasing. That's beginning to happen. That's the fundamental.
By the way, there was a tax extension. I don't know if you guys know, but the IRS website went down. So instead of the 17th, you had to the 18th. And right now I'm shooting this at 420. Happy 420, guys. So yes, if you haven't paid your taxes, you can just file an extension. It's not that big of a deal. But definitely do that because you're going to be paying fees. And if you are in the US, always overpay on your estimated taxes, because if you do forget to file your taxes late or you do file an extension, if you overpay your taxes, then you're not going to be hit with any of those penalties. So for me, money sitting in a checking account just doesn't make sense to me because I get 0%. So I continuously every year overpay on my taxes. Now, a lot of people don't have that luxury, but I do this for a specific reason. If I forget to file my taxes, or let's just say I forget to report some of my taxes, well, guess what? Now, whatever money that the IRS says I didn't pay in taxes, it doesn't matter, I overpaid. And if I didn't overpay, the government actually pays you 3% interest, which is way better than Wells Fargo or any checking account. So unfortunately, most of my audience is international. I think it's like 46% is from the US, but just putting that on, and let's continue.
Mental support we need. And then number two, there's a fair amount of cash on the sidelines. Funds that I talk to have a fair amount of cash. They don't have as much Bitcoin. So we need some sort of catalyst to break us out of this and to get that cash out. So let's take a look at the chart and see what we've got here. So taking a look at the chart, this is a log chart. In Bitcoin, people use a log chart, log on the scale, because the big moves, this kind of normalizes the big moves. So log chart since June, you see we have this big run up here. Okay, right to the top, that peak was 19,000. Now we have a downtrend. You can see I have the downtrend there. Very well defined, as Carter Worth would say. And look at where we are right now. Whoop, there's a nice arrow right there. Well, maybe it's not. Look at where we are right now. Right on the trend line. That's about.
This guy sometimes just acts like a kook. I just have to say it. I love BK. I love the program. Whenever I share his content, I get the most views. I know a lot of my audience is like, oh, share other stuff. But for whatever reason, YouTube or whoever's watching this show, they love fast money, because these are usually, if you go through my channel, the highest views are the fast money videos. And sometimes these guys are just so goofy. I just don't get it.
8,500. So if we can break this trend line this week with all this fundamental support, tax selling God, cash on the sidelines, number of transactions increasing, we're going to turn that arrow upside down. And I think we go higher if we can break out.
Should we invite BK over? Well, of course.
Wow. Yeah.
Okay, come on over, B.
Anyway, so very interesting. Unfortunately, let me not. Sorry, guys, I'm dying here. Must be 420. I had a little too much to toke. I'm just kidding. So unfortunately, this is the new format I'm going to do for at least all the CNBC videos, because for whatever reason, if I go over 30 seconds, they'll flag it for copyright BS, which is, I think, not cool, because obviously I'm promoting the show and bringing interest, and it's not like, by the way, YouTube still doesn't pay me yet, so I'm not making even money off of this. But he does make a good argument that there is money sitting aside, some of these major funds, and they're waiting for a sign. And what's interesting is we are getting closer and closer to 400 billion. So it looks like that this trend, it will continue. If you watch my previous videos, I did warn you for a bull trap. So if you haven't bought, like I said, now it's kind of harder for me to tell you to buy because I do feel like this will cool off and the price will probably come down. And that's why I'm a big proponent of using limit orders. But he does, and it's funny because on this video, it's like Bitcoin to the moon soon. I do feel hesitant, and I repeated this in a previous video, because we don't really have fundamentals other than, oh, okay, taxes are gone and people do have cash sitting on the side. But this is a global market, and I just don't. The problem with this video and what sometimes the arguments they make, it's too US focused. Now, he's been right, and obviously the market, as you can tell, it's been doing really well, and I'm going to give a shout out to Ripple, which I didn't buy a lot of. It's up 23%. I did buy some Bitcoin Cash, which is doing well. EOS surpassed Litecoin. So I do own a good amount of EOS. So I'm happy, but I definitely own a lot more Litecoin, but it's all good. So yeah, it's very interesting. Let me know what you guys think. Unfortunately, you probably are not going to like this format, but unfortunately, this is what I have to do for now for these videos until they stop flagging me. Anyways, have a happy 420, and I will talk to you guys soon.